So hello guys, good evening, happy Sunday. Today is April 10th. We are doing our team Zooms on Sundays now, just in case you're unaware. Every Sunday now, 9 p.m. Eastern time, so that we're able to start the week off on a high note of just being reset, restarted. Plus, I feel like it stops from being in the way of anything that's happening all week, as well as you get to plan your day and your schedule based around it so that you know what's coming for the rest of the week. So today being Sunday, this is the day that I usually plan out my week as well with my calendar and look at everything that's coming. Corporate has sent out an email. I hope you guys have your emails maybe put as like, mine's are in my VIP section of my phone. So I have them come up as important. That way I don't miss any email that come through. So corporate has been able to put things in place where we only have a couple Zooms a week. Like, for example, we have the new Distributor Zoom every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then we have the Opportunity Zoom that's done twice a day on Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern and 9 p.m. Eastern, so that if you miss out on one, you got a chance to do it again. So those are already set in place, set in stone. The rest of them are monthly Zooms. Others are in the road to be VIP page. So if you're not in there, which I believe all of you are, then you guys can make sure that you're in there so you don't miss any communication that's happening, so that you're able to stay on top of things. Today being the 3rd of the 10th, which is a third of the month is gone. We should already have our goals in place as to knowing where our 4-1 is. You should know where you are with it, with how much you need to finish to complete it. Got it. Thank you. And then you should be able to understand that what needs to be done next to finish that out. I love that, one of our guests that we're going to be having on tonight is able to go over that with us. But I want you guys to just understand 4-1 is so important. And now that I've finally gotten the groove of things myself, we're getting my 4s and 1s done. It's just exciting. So I hope you guys are looking at that chart every day so that you know exactly what you're doing to know where you need to go, and be consistent. Just stay consistent and be excited, stay excited. And that helps a ton with more people coming on board with you. So Rusty, you want to do the introduction?
Yes. Welcome everybody to Sunday night. We switched it to Sunday night to get you a foundation, and we're going to be coming to you the rest of the month, putting you in a position to win from some of the best in the industry. And I have the privilege of bringing Cami on. I've been able to know her and her family for over 20 years, been able to work side by side with her. And she is just a real dynamo, a mama of 5 kids, single mommy of 5 kids, and still helps her dad run this monster billion-dollar empire. But here's what's going to happen. I've been with him for 20 years and we've had this great run. It's great, but it's nothing like the run we're fixing to have. That 20 years laid nothing more than the foundation for where we're going to go. And between tonight, I want to bring Cami on tonight with another guest later. It's going to join us, but then I want to bring Mr. Pentecost on tomorrow night. And the reason I want to bring Mark on is to give the vision, all the stuff we went through, but then he's going to be telling you some things tomorrow night. It's going to put you in a position to win. For 20 years, if you're willing to work, we've been put in a position to win. Cami was the first black diamond. I remember she used to call and say, "Daddy don't love me." When Mark was really grooming her for this position, I said, "He loves you because one day you're going to be running a deal." And she is. And she's like a sister to me. She and I have done a lot of things, flown around the world, a lot of big conferences together, had the stage together. So Cami, I want you to come on and just share the vision, share what you've got, and let's just be transparent and real with these people. That's what it takes to take people to the real next level, is get into the foundation. I told them once, yesterday on a Zoom, I said, when my life hit rock bottom, that was the foundation where we could rebuild it after I got sick. And here we still are. Cami?
Hi, Rusty. How are you? Good?
Best day ever.
Yeah. Oh, we've had a weekend. Like, we got caught like not being able to get into Indy, so we drove 14 hours north. It's been a weekend. But we got home. And we beat teams by 30 and 50 points. We said we did not go to Indy to beat teams by 30 and 50 points. Like, y'all did not give us competition. But here's the deal. We have been working hard working very hard, positioning ourselves for a run. And we've been on a big run, but we're getting ready to go on another run. So, you know, a couple things. For and a friend. I heard I heard you guys talking about For and a Friend as I was getting on. You guys know the power of signing a new DT and helping them get 4 and 1, but also the packs. The packs are 100 BV minimum, the 14 easy packs, and that gives us great volume. So you've got the system, you've got the plan, you've even got trips and bonuses. You've got everything lining up to reward you for following that plan. And I'm telling you, that's it. There's nothing secret. There's nothing new. There's nothing behind the scenes. That's it. And we're not going to change anything. We're just going to keep building on those simple things. So customers, we're getting them on packs, right? Because those packs are great volume, and we're helping new people get started, and we're teaching them how to bring in one friend and go out and get their customers. It's that simple. So don't complicate the system. Rusty, one thing I've always admired about you is your work ethic. You've always said to me, there's no shortcuts. Like it's doing the work, it's doing the plan. And before it was steps to success, but now it's For and a Friend. And I'm telling you, you guys, I would have great parties. I'd had terrible parties. I'd call Rusty and be like, it's not working over here. You always say it's working. It's not working over here. So tell me what you know that I don't know. And he would always say, Cammie, it's a grind. It's a grind, and you got to be willing to put in the time. And so that's what we're doing right now. We're getting ready to go on another run. And I want to know who of you are ready to be a part of this run. Like, give me a fire emoji in the chat for those of you that are, oh, yep, love that. Give me lots of fire emojis, Rusty. I love that. Rusty, do you remember when I called you on the way back from up north Michigan after a massive, great night? And I said, it's not always like this. It's never like this. I said, but I had a great night tonight. And you said, oh, it's always like this if you want it to be. Y'all, you have to decide, like, what do you want? How bad do you want it? And what are you willing to put in for it? No, nothing comes easy, but it is there, and it is possible if you're willing to go to work for it. You have to decide, are you going to go to work for it? That's the difference. And so For and a Friend is an amazing program. It unlocks every penny of the compensation plan. And then the packs, oh my gosh, the packs are going to give you every bit of volume that you need to unlock every penny in the comp plan. Rusty, I know you're so excited about what we're doing. I know you're on board with everything. This is huge.
You know, Cammie, you're right. The packs are really work. I got a guy on here tonight. I've been a friend of mine for 15 years. Been with us for 4 years. Down 130 total. Got out of foreclosure. Got the cars back. Just been making $500 a month. But the pack, when he got on, committed to the 14 easy plus, he went from a 3X to a 2X all in 128-day period. And so what's happening, and I'm going to be honest with you, we were some of the early guys to make the $1 million. 5 or 6 of us did it the same night when we were headed to Florida. It really didn't take that long, but we put the work in. Now, I want to say this and let you continue. If you guys really want to go there, you're in a better position now than Cammie and I were initially when we first hit it and we kept running. We had no bonuses. We just had a comp plan. We just got a little bit of coding money. We had some great runs there. But right now you have everything that we never had. And I'm not saying that I'm jealous or wrong, because we have a chance to do it again. And so when you make up your mind, you're going to do it again. If you're willing to put the work in and work like a millionaire, you'll become one. You can get on the stage if you want to work for it. Everybody wants to get over here really quick, but they don't want to put in the work, or they'll work 3 or 6, 9 months. And oh, it's just so hard. Well, sweetheart, life's going to be hard irregardless. And Cammie and her daddy was there when I was very large and I was able to start traveling again. And the guy come up in Missouri. I had to buy 2 plane seats to fly. I was so big. And the guy said, why don't you get his fat ass off your stage he don't represent your company well. And Mark, I never seen Mark get mad, but he bowed up and he turned sideways. I thought, oh, he's gonna hit the guy. And I shook the guy's hand. I said, I appreciate you doing that. That's all the fuel I needed just to prove you wrong. And so you take little things like that normally hurt your feelings, and you get in the grind and you fight. Because I'm pleading to you tonight. Everybody has the chance right now to take off right now, get it in gear, and you can do everything that Cammie and I've done and Carissa's done, and you can do it in a whole lot shorter time than we have because you got everything you need right now. Is that true, Cammie? Cammie, unmute. Unmute.
Wait, I was muted? I said so many amazing things.
Yeah, we'll start over and do it again.
I said, I know what it sounds like. Like we walked uphill both ways to school, right? Like that's what it sounds like. But we did not have these bonuses. We did not have any of these extra incentives. But what I'm telling you is that's how good the comp plan is. We're just trying to like wet your whistle on what's available to you because we know how powerful it is. So, you know, Rusty, I think about the value of Four and a Friend. I think of the value of 14 Easy. I think of the value of the success bonus and the quarter bonus and the trip. And I'm just here to tell you guys, like, if you actually put yourself out there, what you're going to get in return is game changer, life changing. I can't even begin to tell you the beauty of this plan. I can't. You guys have to go to work. You have to put yourself out there. You know, just signing up a couple of customers, signing up a distributor and locking arms with them. It will change your life. And I can't even begin to tell you the power of what is available at your fingertips right now. And that's not even, you know, Rusty, that's not even talking about the comp plan. That's just talking about the gimmies right now that are available.
You're exactly right. But the one thing that we're going to start to pivot tomorrow night in the conversations I've had with Mark this week. I'm not knocking social media at all. I think you probably need to engage in it, but we're going to go more belly to belly. We found through artificial intelligence that's going to build you something very solid. And it's just as easy as picking up this telephone. That's how I've done it all these years. I care about you. I love you. I want you to be on my team. What does it take? Find out what's important. If you'll learn to get back social on your telephone and engaging people and just pick up the phone and let them know that you care. Right now, everybody, and I learned it at church this morning, everybody's just needing the hope. They need that interaction. They need to let somebody know that you care about them. That's what gives them hope. Now we become the hope brokers. I've heard some of these little click funnel guys. Yeah, they say what I do is old school, but they hadn't been in the deal 20 years and done billions in sales. And I'm not saying that to brag. What we did from today to the day I got in with Mark don't count no more. It's what we do today forward that counts. Because I know a lot of you, I see you on here with your kids. My children grew up full-time networking kids, mommy and daddy full-time. And you know, the beauty part about that, I got this granddaughter coming. But I've met Carissa's kids. I've been to her home, flying in and out of Newark. I know a lot of you personally, you got kids, you got grandkids. Right now, you're going to set up a lateral shift of wealth, of generational wealth that you're going to be able to set your children up. So right now, that should take you mommies, and you work harder than you've ever worked. But we put you in a position to work very smart. The system is in place. But let me tell you something about you ladies. The world can't run without you. Just can't. Because you girls see the pitfalls for your kids and even your families, the things that harm them. You have this sense about you that you already know before any guy ever knows. Everything that you're given, you multiply it and give it back. And so now I hope every one of you can sense what's fixing to happen, that you're on a great run with a great team of people where you're going to secure the future of your families. And you ladies are the driving force in the entire world. You spend 93% of the world's money. Why wouldn't you want to be making 93% of the world's money? And this is a fact. I read it again today. That 88% or better every woman that makes a six-figure income in the world does it in some form of direct sales. Is that true, Cammie?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is.
Carissa, you got anything you want to add to it? Ask Cammie. I mean, me and Carissa, we've been doing this for a long time. We talk back and forth about in the direction we want our Zooms to go. But this is just the one where we can be just transparent and honest with you. This is Sunday night. This is how we started the deal back in the day. We all congregated on Sunday night, and it'd only be 5 or 6 or 4 of us when we first launched. But we had a dream.
And I literally landed in Tampa and I am on this call. Like, we have had the worst weekend when it comes to our travel team. We literally had to drive up and we flew back. It's been a crazy weekend.
Well, I have a question for you in reference to what would you say to those that are just still not seeing the vision, and or maybe they're just in their own way? You know, some people still have that self-doubt. Some people still just don't have that self motivation to be able to just put that first foot in front of the other. What would you say to those that are just, that foot is just stuck?
Carissa, that's a great question. You know, here's the thing. Number one, why are you here? Why did you say yes? Why did you want this? What are you looking for in your life that you don't have, that It Works can be a solution for? Because for me, it was, I can't imagine going to school and raising everybody else's kids while somebody's raising mine. You know, and I want to know for each one of you, what are you looking for that you don't have right now? How can It Works be the solution for you to meet a need, meet a gap? You know, maybe it's, I see freedom, but what is freedom? Like, define that. Is it a money amount? Is it an hours amount? You know, like what is that? Genuinely. So for me, Carissa, I would say for any of you that are feeling stuck, this is what I want to ask you. What do you want? And how bad do you want it? What do you want? I mean, is it more time with your kids? Is it a financial situation? Is it time freedom? What is it? What do you want? And how bad do you want it?
I love that. And I hope that helps so many of y'all. And I'm just first off excited that, you know, I found ways of being able to self-motivate myself to be able to put one foot in front of the other towards, just like you said, things happened this weekend and you still here. I could say the same thing for me, but being able to still be here and show up is what the biggest key is. So I feel like also staying close to the fire is something that will help you guys when you implement things that like Cammie is telling you guys like right now. I mean, because everyone has something that's going on, but being able to still continue to just stay close to the fire, get on these Zooms, even if you don't feel like it, even if you're cursing somebody out because you're mad that you got to get on here because you don't want to hear our mouth, still show up. Showing up is going to be the key part of being able to be successful with it. There's still some of you guys that it's 33 of y'all on here and I only seen like 5 comments, maybe 6. So why aren't you putting that in the comments? Why are you here? What's keeping you here? What are you looking for? Cammie, I've been watching you since I joined way back. So I've been able to see exactly what you've accomplished, how long you've accomplished it, the growth and all of that. What would you say are some things that put you into place towards from distributor to moving into leadership? What was the key turning point that changed you into that leadership role from distributor?
Gosh, great question. That's a great question. I would say it was my work ethic, 100%. Like what I was willing to do, who I was willing to support. Like it was work ethic, 100%. So for those of you that are here and you want the difference, what are you willing to do? How hard are you willing to work? I'm telling you, like, you can say you want it, you can put a goal in front of you, but let's talk about work ethic right now. I mean, Rusty, one of the things I always loved about you is your round the clock calls that you did. And you know, whether it's calls, whether it's in person, whether it's travel, my work ethic was unparalleled to others in the business. And so, you know, whether I was getting on the phone with people, whether I was like showing up at people's houses and saying, hey, put your people in front of me, or whether I was traveling across the nation. And y'all might say, well, I can't afford that. I couldn't either. I figured out ways to afford it, even if I had to stay in people's houses, even if I had to stay in a Motel 8. It was not pretty. It was not glamorous. But y'all, the grind is not glamorous. And I think some of us all want the Instagram photos. We all want the I don't even know how to say that properly, but you know, we all want the look online, but that's not what the grind looks like. The grind isn't pretty. You know, I called Rusty on a night where I had over 30 people wrap. And I said to Rusty, I said, I couldn't sign one person up because I was wrapping them all and getting them in and out so fast. I said, I actually miss customers. He said, well, and Rusty, I don't know if you remember this or not, but I called you and I was like, you always say that things are working and going really fast, but I was like, only tonight did things work like that, but I didn't even get a chance to sign them up like that. But I was like, but at least they were hungry and they wanted it. And I was collecting money and I was putting the wraps on people. And you said, well, if it's not always like that, I just don't remember it. That's a choice. That's a mindset. Y'all, Rusty has been my muse for a very long time. You're very lucky that you have him here tonight, but it's a grind, and the grind is not pretty. It's not, but you get to choose. Do you want to be in the grind or not? Do you want to have those results or not? Because it is a work ethic, hands down.
All right, and last one for me in reference to me being a single mom as well, being able to do this business with sacrifices and, you know, those days that you're going to miss something and or won't be there for that thing that you try to be there for, but you know in the end it's all working towards a bigger goal. For example, I missed a ton of my oldest son who's 16, about to be 17. Oh, I missed a ton of his life at early ages because I knew what needed to be done towards the next goal, which was being there in the future for now my youngest son, who's 11, who never see me going to someone's job because I've been home for 10 years, things like that. So, Cammie, what do you feel like that journey was worth it of missing some things towards getting to where you are right now at this point in your life?
Yes, ma'am. You guys do know I missed my son's 13th birthday party. 13. He turned 13. He was a teenager. I was not there. I was in Ireland working my business. Here's the deal. Life is what you make it. So do you want to celebrate things, you know, as the world sees them, or do you want to celebrate them the way you see them? Our family, like, birthdays are seasons. Why? Because we don't necessarily celebrate birthdays on the day. We celebrate birthdays in the season. So when my husband and I went through a divorce, like, it actually made it all easier because I don't get them on their birthdays anymore necessarily, but we celebrate in a season, so it doesn't matter anyways. Y'all, you have to decide, like, what's most important to you. And for me, the climb was most important. And so we I don't know any other way to say it other than, no, I missed a lot of things, but we chose how we celebrated things. We chose how when we missed big things, we chose how we celebrated them when we celebrated them. So you guys get to decide. And you know, Carissa, what I will say is, gosh, how do I want to say this? And I hope it comes through like the way that I intend it to, but the kids will be fine. The kids will
Yeah,
be fine.
we know your
You
heart. Just
know,
let it out. We know your heart.
You say
you know,
anything you
and
want to. They've been used to hearing me for a while.
They'll be fine. I have missed birthdays. I have missed special occasions, but you know what? They're fine. My kids are so humble. My kids are so like, they're just great kids, but it's because they haven't been catered to their whole life. And I think sometimes when we think we have to do all the things on the days, that's catering. That's like, my kids are not victims. They are thankful. They're grateful. They celebrate. We don't miss a thing, but it's not necessarily on the day. And they know what we're working for. We have celebrated so many things on their birthdays, off their birthdays, about the business. Like they're just great kids. So they've hurt for nothing, but they've never had everything they wanted on the days they wanted them. Nope. And I hate saying that, but my son turned 13. I was in Ireland. We celebrated when I got back. Like they just, I don't know. Like, I think if we give our kids everything, like, what does that teach them? Let's give them everything, but it doesn't have to be about the days and the special moments. Like, we can make those special moments off the days.
Yeah, we've been programmed to a particular everything on the particular day. That's part of a programming. And when you go free, for 20 years, we've done what we wanted anytime we wanted it. Write them out of school to go to France for a week at a time. The teachers didn't like it, and I didn't care. They got wrote out anyway. And when you teach your kids that kind of responsibility, you're teaching critical thinking. Because I remember Tammy hired my daughters to babysit her kids while we were doing these big conferences, and we had security all around the place. And while she and I and Nathan and Robin, we were doing what we did, they were up there for a whole weekend with just the kids taking care of each other, but they understood why. They understood we're working for the greater good of their freedom later. And when you work for the greater good, they just come in and say, all right, we know this is what we're supposed to do. Either that, or you can teach them how to go get a job for 30 or 40 years. And you get a job for 30 or 40 years. If you're able to keep one there or find one, and you're only being paid just enough that you show up, and they're paying you just enough so you won't quit, and you're doing just enough to get by, that is no life. The fun that we've had all these years about really going to work, and the reason I want to push it hard now, because I know what's fixing to happen. And I want every one of you to go with us. It's not like you're talking about a 90-day deal, and some of them, they run off to another deal. No, hell, we got 20 years before and after here, and we're going to make what we got better than ever. And you know how you do it? You get committed, you become a warrior, you get in the grind, you don't let nothing stand in your way. And you know what, when you suit up, you don't wait for somebody to break in your house. If you fix to break in my house, I'm not gonna wait to get in the door. Me and my dogs are gonna hit the door, and we're coming out the back door to come out and get you. That's how you treat the warrior mentality. That's how you go to the next level. That's how you secure your freedom. That's how you get out of debt. That's how you get your health back. That's how you live life on your terms, because you stop allowing those flipping soft ass excuses and circumstances to dictate your future. When you stop all of that, say, that ain't the way we do it around here. See, in the last few weeks, there's all kinds of crazy shit happening in my life. My mother-in-law's house burned down. She's 80 years old. I've got all these old women at my house. Lord, I didn't say that, did I? I apologize. But you know what? You're able to respond when tragedy happens. You're able to respond right now and take care of it. You ain't got to work. Well, boss man, I can't come tomorrow. Mama, you don't call nobody, because you're the boss. You're the one that's in control of your future. And your kids will understand it. You know what? You'll raise them to be independent thinkers. They'll be entrepreneur minded. They know what it takes. They know the price that has to be paid now in order to live life like you want to. Cammie and I used to tell everybody, if you want to live like we live tomorrow, you do what we do today. And therefore tomorrow we get to live like other people wish they could, because, well, hell, we put in the time. But we're going to teach you how to go from where you are to where we are in record time, because things are much better, and we got all this foundation. Would you agree?
100%.
Well, I love it. Cammie, thank you so much for taking time out to get on. I know you could have been anywhere, taking a nap or something, anywhere. but you're here with us, and I appreciate it. I appreciate your time. Anything you want to leave us with before we bring on Miss Rachel?
Yeah, I would just say, y'all, don't quit. If you're not even invested yet, like invest right now. The packs, the foreign friend, like it will change everything for you. You just have to actually try. So Carissa and Rusty, they are guiding you, and you just try. Just try. Put yourself out there. It'll change your life.
Appreciate
Thank you,
you.
Cammy. Love you, girl.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, guys, I'm telling you, I done took a ton of notes already, and it ain't over. It ain't over. Because I tell
Get
y'all,
real.
oh yeah, things about to get real. Because this other person that's about to get on now, she's been with the company for a while as well. I would say around 7, maybe 8 years. She is an ambassador. Is it 8? Did I get right? Is it 8? 9? All right, I can remember that. She right behind me. 9. She's an ambassador diamond with the company. Also, 2.0 was somewhere around double diamond. Am I paying attention? Ha! Okay. So I love her because there's a lot of different Zooms that she do, and I'm able to be that person that's, watch the replays because she put them out there publicly. So I appreciate you for that. And there's something that she did like 2 years, maybe 3 years ago that I told you guys about. And that was in reference to finding your best friend that don't know that they're your best friend in the business. And she's in that best friend lane now. Like she's that one I look at to when I need to find something or something to trigger or, get that inspiration. She's definitely that. And oh my gosh, I done sent y'all this recording Zoom link 3 times already. So I hope y'all don't watch that Zoom she did Saturday because she cracked a whole whip. She had y'all clutching your pearls. She went over everything that I think a ton of you guys need to understand and know, from your calendar to making sure that you're putting your just everything in place, and so much more. Like I was sitting there on that Zoom like, oh, whoa, that's what I'm talking about. Everybody need to watch this. So also besides that, she's just a genuine person and someone that I feel like everyone is able to look towards for some sort of inspiration. If it's just the smallest thing as to being able to just hear just a kind word that she does, or just the consistency that she gives with her business, as well as being a mom. And oh my gosh, she's just the epitome of it. I mean, I don't watch her through this business and had 3 kids, and I'm like, Jesus, that's I mean, she got 4 total, but I don't watch 3 like back to back back. So doing that and still being able to do this business and just getting results on top of results. We have all of her results. Like she's everywhere if y'all have not seen it. So thank you so much, Rachel, for taking time out to get on with us tonight. I want you to be able to give these people whatever you feel is on your heart, the rarest form of just them, getting started as well, because a lot of them have been here 3+ years. Put it in the chat how long y'all been with the company. I know all y'all on my main screen been here at least 2 to 8 years. So put how long you've been here with the company. And yeah, just give us what's on your heart, girl. And they can take it. So don't worry about hurting nobody's feelings. They can take it.
Well, hello. That was so nice. Okay. I'm like, yes, thank you. That was so kind. I am so grateful that my YouTube videos are helpful. We do a lot of mental work on our squad. I truly believe that a lot of things are just mental blocks, because what we do, I think it's 90% mental. The work is really not as difficult as what people make it out to be. It's really you getting psyching yourself out to do it, Rusty. Yes, what Kimmy was saying, listening to all of your calls. I know your story, okay? Sitting beside your dad's hospital bed. I listened to it week after week, and it kept me in a great place. So appreciate you opening that up. And Carissa, thank you so much for those words. Such an honor. It was so good hearing my good friend Cammy. I guess she's more than a friend. She's like my sister friend. I love Kimmy. It's my family, hands down. And I always tell people that you know, as much as she loves everybody, like that is my family for real in real life, but you know what I'm saying? But anyways, so I'm excited to be here, and I'm praying that in this little bit of time that I could just give you guys something that is just so encouraging in this season. And so I would love to ask a few questions before I just go in, just to see who we have and what we have in the comments. So I would say, let's see, tell me why you do this business. Put that in the comments. Why do you do this business? Why are you here? Like, what is the reason why you do this business? And then I also would love to know what rank you are. So why do you do this business and what rank you are? And you don't, it doesn't have to be full out. Like, you know, on Saturday, I actually asked them a 1-word why. I wanted a 1-word why. And it may have many facets to it, but what is the 1-word why, and what is your rank? And what do you think is the biggest obstacle that you're overcoming? Yeah, what is the biggest obstacle you're overcoming? Yeah. Reading through these. Okay, so I would highly suggest that a lot of times the obstacle that you're overcoming is connected to your why. Your why is not necessarily something that you hope would and wish would happen. And this is kind of what I was talking about on Saturday. It cannot be something that you wish, like it's not, it would be nice. And y'all that watched the recording, do y'all remember that it would be nice? It can't be, oh wait, and I actually have, I did put it up. Did I put it up? Did I put my newest one up? I don't even know if I put my newest one up. I'm gonna have to put my newest one up. Oh, y'all probably haven't even heard the newest one. It's okay, it's coming. It would be nice. It cannot be and it would be nice. Okay, guys? It cannot. Oh, it is? Okay, praise God. Thank you, Jesus. Okay, good. It cannot be and it would be nice. It can't. It has to be something that is concrete, that this is going to happen. And you link yourself with other people's, it's already happened. Right? So when I started this business, it was not an it would be nice after a while. When I decided, like Kimmy said, I was sold out. Like when I said I was sold out, how many of you all on here would say I'm sold out? And if you ain't, if you dipping and dabbing, that's why you're getting dipping and dabbing results. You have to put yourself in a position to where you have decided that this is it. This is it. I tell people all the time, I have no idea what anything else even looks like. Why? Because I decided that this was it. So even when I was working a full-time job, I actually went diamond as a single mom working a full-time job. So when people say, oh my God, I work a job, or you don't understand. Yeah, I'm a full-time family now. Yeah, I'm married now. Yeah, I have 4 kids now. But when I started this business, it was just me and my son. It was just us. And I was in grad school part-time. I was working a full-time job as a mental health case manager. My son was in sports. I was head of technical services at my church. Like I had a man, you know, because taking, you know, when you dating, you got to pay attention to them. Like I had a lot going on. I was in my organization. I was active in my sorority. Like I had a lot, I had friends. I had a lot of stuff going on, but I decided I was sold out. I heard a story that was impactful and moving for me. And it put me in a position to where it was like, why not me? So you put yourself in a position where you're saying, why not me? Drop a 1 in the comments if you've ever said that. Why not me? Why not me? Why not me? Why not me? So once you get past the whole point of why not me, you have to decide it is you. So you go from why not me to it is me. It is me. You know, I made a video a long time ago, and it was hashtag I'm her. I'm her. Like it's my time for my story. And I tell people all the time, like my team, they really grasp on this. There is somebody particularly, it's not even somebody, it's somebody's, like plural. They will only join you. They don't want to join me. They don't want to join Carissa. They don't want to join Rusty. They want to join you. And they're never going to join this business until you start to walk in who you are boldly, knowing that you can help other people. How many of you guys, drop a 2 in the comments if you ever like, well, I don't know if I can lead them I don't know if I can lead them to really make money in this business. Have you ever said that? Like, have you ever said that? Like, I just don't know if I can do it. Like, I don't know if I can lead them to. Guess what? Let me tell you something. You're not that deep. And I'm sorry, let me open this up. I'm a very honest and open person. And I mean it with just my heart. Like, I'm not saying anything to be mean. I mean it with the love of the Lord. Okay, for real. Like, you're not that deep. And this is something that I had to realize. The girl who enrolled me, she quit 2 months into being in 2 months into the business. We went Ruby the same month, and then she just fell off the face of the earth. I mean, we still know her to this day. It's my husband's fraternity brother, sister, wife, Jesus. But she quit. I'm an ambassador diamond. So you telling me that it was her who made me an ambassador diamond? It wasn't. It was my why. I always tell people all the time, you don't start for them, so don't stop for them. If you started for somebody else, you need to figure out why you're here. You really do. Because if my son is my why am I concerned about all this other stuff? How much money do me and my son need? I made up in my mind that this was going to be the avenue, so I don't have to go to grad school to get another degree that I do not want, to create more student loans to keep him in private school. It was very clear on why I'm here. And I was okay with an extra $500 a month when really I needed $600. Really like $650. I needed at least $650 to cover his tuition, but I was down for $500. 5 different ways to get paid. Does your job do that? Does it? So you have to get into a place of gratitude when it comes to the business and what you're allowed to do, what you allow yourself to do, what you get to do. Yo, we get to do this. You get to make $150 and $350 bonuses. You get to do that. Where they do that at? Like, where do they do that at? So how many of you guys believe that we have the best Fast Start program in the industry? Drop a me in the comments. If you do you get them every week? Because if you're not getting them weekly, bi-weekly, doing your best, at least of 1 or 2 a month, then how can you say that you believe it's the best in the industry? I've been saying that. I said, what's the validity? They said it. Corporate said it. So they ain't gonna lie. You know, we a Christian-based business. They got integrity. So it's the best one. That they did their research. So I can say it. It's the best one. So I'm screaming from the rooftops. It's the best one in the industry. Where do you know where y'all? I've had people who have been with me for years. Y'all say y'all been here years, that just experienced checks that they've never seen. Never seen. I have a diamond who got a almost triple diamond check because of these bonuses. You can't tell me what you can't do. The question is, are you focused on your why? And I feel the need to say this because y'all been here a long time. Stop. Yeah, I got a video, okay, on YouTube. It's called Not It Works Famous. Okay, if you've never seen it, please go watch it. Okay, it might bless your soul. It's called Not It Works Famous. You are not here to be It Works Famous. And stop following these people that you believe to be It Works Famous and go back into your reality of your world and start working this business like you actually need it, instead of loaning and loathing and coveting other people's lives. I got sucked in. I've been there, done that. Oh, her car is nice. It would be nice to have that on my dream board. Now I'm worried about her car instead of worried about gas in my car. Like, I need to be worried about selling a sample to put gas in my car, but I'm worried about this Tahoe that she just bought. Why? That's not why I'm here. Why are you here? Can you just be real about what you need for this business? Yes, it's going to make you dream bigger. It is. I'm telling you, you cannot be here and not dream bigger. You're going to dream bigger. You're going to want more things. But can we just be realistic about how this business blesses you? First of all, most people wouldn't even be able to afford to run an auto shipment like this on a monthly basis, because most people are not putting that into their budget to be able to take care of themselves. You actually get to invest in your health. That is a blessing that most people do not do. They can barely pay a copay, let alone buy some medicine. So where's the gratitude when it comes to what you're able to do? If you're able to walk in gratitude, and this is over and over and over for me, like, because I've had, listen, when you retire your husband, okay, you make a lot of money, you retire your husband, and you start having babies back to back, okay, back to back. So anyways, your life changes. And so the income that I once had when it was just me, my husband, and my son, that is not, life adjusted, and it changed with more kids, diapers back to back. You know, you got kids, multiple kids in school. I choose to put my kids in private school. So I have to focus on my real life, not Instagram. And guess what? People don't care about that. If you are following people who live these polished lives, stop today. Go unfollow them. They can live their life for the gram, but is that what you want? Or do you want your real life to be nice? Do you want you want your real life to be nice, right? Not a gram life, because we don't even know what their life really look like. Stop following it. Stop looking at it. And start living a real life, a transparent life, a vulnerable life. And as you do that, people will be attracted to you. Social media has misconstrued so many things, making people believe that people are better off than they really are. They're not. They're not. And they are really actually like thirsting for somebody who can just be real and really help them get out of where they are. And that's you. You literally can show them how to make $150 and $350 unlimited weekly bonuses on top of $10,000 bonus, on top of a $2,500 bonus. Like, that is real life. We have new distributors coming in and making $1,000 in their first month. Y'all, had somebody call me crying almost 2-3 days ago because she earned a $350 bonus. Do y'all understand how impactful that is? When you started this business, if you got a $350 bonus, how big would that be for you? If you want to go diamond, if you want to go double, triple ambassador, stop minimizing those small things. And as you start to focus on them for other people, and another thing that I'm hearing right now is that, okay, you can't sign one distributor and think that you're about to blow up. Okay, this is factual. Sign your one distributor, give them the tools, love on them, go sign someone else. Y'all, anybody who wants to change their life, there's nothing that you can say or do to make them stop. They're going to change their life. And kind of like how Rusty was saying, and Cammie, they were talking about, there are so many resources now. If people don't succeed, it's because they don't want to succeed. They literally do not want to do it. There was like nothing. We were searching. That's how I was on Rusty Call. Okay. Like, we were searching for stuff. There was nothing. There are so many resources for people to succeed. They have everything. Go ask somebody else. People are not rejecting you. They are ignorant. Stop taking stuff so personally. Again, you're not that deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, people think like, oh my God, it's me. Like, they don't want to join me. No, they don't understand. And people often say no to stuff that they don't understand. That's ignorance, right? But you have to talk to more people, and then also look at yourself and how are you showing what it is that we do? Or are you even being real with what we do on your social media? I'll tell people straight up, I message. I make TikToks even when I don't want to. Because what? It builds my network. So I do it. So on my good days, I do it. On my bad days, I'm posting, I'm messaging, I'm following up. I do my stories. When people piss me off, I take a deep breath, maybe go take my confianza, step away, and come back. Because why would you question, are you the thermostat or the thermometer? Which one are you? Are you walking through your day with a temperature gauge, and wherever you point it decides on how you act for the day? I mean, you could look at that in your life, because how you do anything is how you do everything. So you probably the same way with your family, with your spouse, with your job, with your anybody, right? You could walk into the grocery store and somebody piss you off and now your day's messed up. This is where personal and spiritual development comes into place. Because you should be the one setting the temperature for every room that you walk into. You dictate. You dictate. You dictate. You know, I talked to some, I got the honor of talking to some AAU basketball girls on yesterday that was ranged in 4th grade up through senior level. Number one, I dictate. So when they came in that room, and I'm telling you, some hood girls, okay, they was from the hood. And straight up, I got to tell them, put your phone away. I don't know them. Put your phone away. Like, I'm here, I'm giving you my time. So, and you giving me your time. So put them phones away and hear what I got to say for just a little bit of time that I'm in front of you. I dictate. They don't know me. But I dictate. I told them the same thing. You are an athlete. You are the cream of the crop. You play AAU, baby. Your parents are paying for this, okay? This ain't just some high school basketball. Like, if y'all have some AAU kids, they paying some good money. So we're not playing. We're not about to play with this. They dictate. You dictate. What kind of business do you want to run? It's the same thing when you're talking to potential customers. You dictate. Are these products quality products or not? You, Carissa, talked about my results. I believe in them, okay? I believe. Several snapbacks. I believe. If somebody comes to me and says, oh, the product's not working, oh, well, you're not taking them. You're either not taking them, you're on the wrong ones. Like it's not the product. You might be on the wrong product, but I guarantee you the product works. So we're not gonna do this. We can switch it up to another product, but you're not gonna convince me. Back when I first started, y'all say I've been here for a long time. Back when I first started, y'all used to put the wrap on people and I used to pray. I used to be like, Jesus, please let it work. For real, I did. I was like, Lord, let it work, let it work. And every time, it just never failed me. It always worked. It always worked. Now, maybe not, it maybe didn't take them from, y'all heard me say maybe from Beyonce to from Respucia to Beyonce. Maybe didn't do that. But I always tell them it didn't take 1 week to get all of that on. So please don't expect it to be 1 week for it to get off. If you want to go from that, let's just think how many years have you been gaining weight? And I'm not saying it's going to take that long to get it off, but let's give it some time. I had a customer said, oh, it's not working. And she's been taking the product for a week. And I said, what? Wait a second. Like, just 1 week? Like, what? We want some voodoo magic. Like, what are we talking about? You have to consistently take the product. But I will say that. Some of y'all be like, oh, does it work? Okay, let me help you turn off your eye. No. Take the product. We talked about getting results. So you got to get bold in knowing what you want. You dictate. You're the business owner. You are literally a business owner. Don't let anybody disrespect the fact that you own a business. And just because your business looks different from their business, in all honesty, thank God. Because I don't want a traditional business. Not this point in my life. I ain't hating on nobody who has one, but I just don't want one. I don't want all that comes with it. And so I love the fact that I get to make more than they're making and have more freedom than they have by doing less. Yeah, I get to build my business with my kids. I was just telling a girl who's on here, I said, your daughter is not a bother. She actually can benefit your business. So those of you guys who feel like you can't build your business with your kids, that's not true. They like that. They like it. When I go live with my kids, I get more views. I be like, and they always want to hop on there and clown. And I just be like, Jesus. But the more they clown, the more people like it. And I be like, all right, you gonna get these raps today? Like, fine. If y'all like this, y'all can have it. Because this is my real life. I get to do this. You get to do this. And so are you grateful for what you have? One last thing. There's a saying I like to tell my new distributors when they come in. You cannot listen to people who have never made $1 million about this business. Your mom and them, how much money have they made with their works? I'm serious. You cannot go listen to people who have not been successful. If you want to succeed, and if you are listening, it's because you don't want to succeed. Period. If I want to work out and lose weight, why would I go talk to somebody who doesn't have a gym membership? Girl, that didn't work. They don't have good equipment over there. What gym you go to? Oh, I no more. I don't. Why am I listening to you? So if I want to succeed and it works, I'm here, I'm invested, I want to do well. Why would I listen to somebody who's not in it works no more? That don't even make sense. How much money you making a month with it works? Oh, that didn't work for me. Oh, I'm definitely not listening to you. Let me go listen to somebody it's working for, because I desire to succeed. And so you need to ask yourself right now, do you want to succeed? Or do you want to fail like the other people who have fallen down? And if you've fallen down and you have not been able to pick up your face, why are you doing this? And what do you really want your life to change? How do you want your life to really change because of this business? It's one step at a time. It's not how Rachel does it. I've been doing this for almost 9 years. You cannot, I put up a post and somebody puts up the same post and it's like, well, I didn't get the same traction. Boo, have you been building your Facebook for 9 years? If you have not, then you cannot even compare this post. Do you do TikToks? Have you done that? I did a TikTok at 10 days postpartum. I told my team that, do you think at 10 days postpartum, almost weighing 200 pounds, that I wanted to do a TikTok? I did not. That's the difference between me and other people. I did it. I got on there smiling and dancing, real swollen, didn't even care. And guess what? Y'all, that TikTok went viral. I got so many text messages, I didn't even know what to do with it. It made me create a system. So the real question is, I didn't even have one. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have a system. I just was going with the wind, and then God just blew it up. And so there we go. Now we have a system in place. You just got a desire to get better. I heard something this weekend. You just got to get 1% better tomorrow than you were today. And you keep pressing towards the mark because you desire for your life to change. You desire for your life to change, and you believe that God is going to do it by way of it works. And if you believe that, then it's time to wake up and start acting like it.
That's all the beating they getting. That's it. That's all the beating you got for them. Girl, whew, I'm getting text messages like, she beating us today. She cracking a whole whip. I'm glad y'all getting that because, like she said, a lot of people need, oh girl, please, we ain't got no time. We had you for 8:30. That Cammy was an add-on. But I love the fact that I don't look, squirrel is gone. Whew, gone. I love the fact that you it's gone. It's gone. Who got comments or questions? Because it's I just lost that whole train of thought. But yeah, I definitely got text messages from people about how real this is. And a lot of people need that mentality. That's where I was going. A lot of you guys are just missing that one piece of that mentality. And I love how she said that 90%, because what's the same thing Lanisa said about us, about health, 90%, right? So if y'all ain't catch that confirmation right there, she said it, Lanisa said it, like, you got to get it, because that's what's missing. All up in between here, what they say, 6 inches, something about 6 inches in between your brain. That thing right there is what's stopping you from getting things done. So move that out the way and just go like this and just hit send and just see what happens. Like, just do it. I seen somebody, I don't know who.
I can say that if people are having problems with sending messages, this is how I look at it.
Okay.
So I look at sending messages as witnessing, right? So just because you give somebody Jesus and they don't accept him, does that mean he's not good? No, that doesn't mean that. And if they don't accept him, does that mean you're not going to serve him anymore? Does that mean you're going to stop talking about him? No, right? Because he's just been too good to you. It's the same thing when it comes to your business. Just because they don't want to accept it doesn't mean that the business isn't good. They just don't know enough. And so what do? You allow your light to shine and you talk about God's goodness in your life, and maybe eventually they won't accept them, right? and you just keep talking about it, and you come back and say, you know what, I just can't get this off my heart. You know, would you want to come to church with me or something like that? And that's the different exposures. I can't let this go. Girl, you're supposed to join me. So it's something as simple as somebody passed away, and stop watching people's pages to not message them. If that makes sense. Be like, oh, she got too much going on, I can't send her a message. No, that's the reason to send her a message. I had a girl whose aunt passed away. She was supposed to sign as a distributor. Do you think I didn't follow up with her? I still followed up with her with my condolences. And she was like, okay, I'm gonna be ready on Monday. She was like, thanks for checking back in with me, because a lot's been going on. Most people are grateful. And what are you telling yourself every single morning? Have you allowed the lies of the enemy to come into you so much so that it is festering? And every day you wake up and you think about his lies instead of thinking about God's goodness and what you have here. As you go throughout your day, or when you wake up in the morning, you should be speaking life over your business and negating every lie that the enemy has told you. He comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And some people, and what I say, I might go as further to say is some people on here, you may be in a place where you are allowing him to steal, kill, and destroy every single morning. You say, today's going to be a good day. I'm about to kill it. I'm sending 100 follow-ups. I'm making 3 TikToks. And then one thing comes in and you allow it to negate everything that you said that you were going to do. I'm going to tell you, your why not strong enough, because you need to put yourself in a position where you have no choice. I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice. And let me say this. I just feel this on my heart. Like, I have been, I've had 3 kids in the last 5 years. 5 years. Yes, Lord. 3 kids in the last 5 years. And there's a lot of moms. Hey, drop a 1 in the comments if you guys are moms. How many moms do we have on here? So we have a lot, or half and half. We have a lot. Okay. So here's the thing. I have experienced postpartum with previous children, postpartum depression. And most moms do not know that they have experienced postpartum until they're out of it. Anybody understand what I'm talking about? Like, you were like, oh, that was what that was. So because I've had so many children back to back, I know what postpartum depression looks like. And so when I began to experience it with my daughter, and I was talking to my pastor, she was like, you think that's postpartum? I was like, it is. I decided this time I was not going to be quiet. I was not going to silence myself, because so many moms suffer in silence and in confusion, right? It's that place of confusion. But even though I wake up some days and don't feel like it, I made a decision that because this business is so graceful, I can allow myself to have the days that I need to have, but there are never days that I don't do anything unless it's my day off, because this is my job. So I may not make 55 TikToks on a day that I'm having a rough day, but I may send 100 messages. That's mindless. That don't take a lot. I can still add to my stories. That don't take a lot. I can still post to my page. I may not go live, but I can still post. Because why? I get to be at home, kiss this girl all up in her neck. I get to lay down with her in the bed. If I want to order some food for the day, if I want to eat ice cream, my husband is right there. He's not at work. We don't have nothing to worry about. I get to do this. And so whatever excuse that you're telling yourself is valid, it's not. Because even on my worst day, I do it because my why matters. I don't ever want, like, a job, that's not even a thing. It's not even an option. And that's fine, because I'm not saying that for people who want jobs, because not everybody is built to be a full-time entrepreneur. Some people are meant to work jobs. It just is what it is. But for me personally, that is not something I desire for my life. I don't desire to take my kids out of private school. I still owe debt. And I don't want the debt to take on so much that I can't live life. So you know that saying, like, choose your hard? Choose your heart. And then some of you guys, you're not even dreaming big enough to even put a dent in what it is that you say that you want. Like I would say, even those of you guys that are a Ruby and been here 5 or 6 years, dream again. Dream again. And then start walking towards your dreams. You know how Pam used to say, lick the leather? Why haven't you gone to go drive your dream car? They don't know how much money you got. Go up in there, get them your license and be like, I want to, like, go in there with authority. Like, you, like, I want to test drive this. This Tesla. Here's my license. I'm taking this for a test drive. And some of y'all might find out you don't even want it. Because I did. I was like, I don't even want this. Like, why did I put this on my dream board? I'm out here with a van, okay? Like, got this nice MPV out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might find out you don't even desire that. Go look at the house. Why haven't you? Why? When we started building our home, we would go every weekend. Be all up and through their houses. Like, oh, this is nice. This trim. In the process of saving money, talk about this trim, okay? All of those things. Why won't you walk towards the goals that you say you want? Walk toward them. What is something that you say you want? Some of you guys may want to do things for your family, but you're not doing them because you don't think that you can do them on the scale that you want to do them. You will never get there if you don't start. I'm going to tell you something even bigger. God is never going to bless you with that stuff because you don't trust him enough with what you have. So if you start giving now, be like, it could be $5 and just be like, God, bless my $5. Like, it's okay. You may feel like it is so small, but $5 could really bless somebody. Stop minimizing what you can do and the impact that you can make to other people. And then I'm gonna say this and I'm stop. So imposter syndrome, you know, something that I'm learning about imposter syndrome is that it's not really imposter syndrome. It's really you learning something new. And I'm gonna tell you something, real talk, as long as you stay in this space, you will always be learning something new. And so you have to show yourself grace with learning something new, but that doesn't mean you're an imposter because you are walking in newness. So guess what? Every day I'm walking in newness. I have never been the mom of a 4-month such and such days old and a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old and a 15-year-old and a dog that's turning a year older and a husband. Like I've never, every new day, it's a new journey for me. That doesn't make me an imposter. I am learning the new stuff. And so stop feeling like you're an imposter because you've never done it before or because you're growing into a new space. Grow into the new space. You're never going to know everything. That never happens. If you're waiting to a time that you know, like I'm an ambassador diamond. Ask me what I know, baby. I'm growing. Every day I'm learning something. I learned something from new distributor. I'm learning every single day. Ambassador Diamond just means I succeeded and I hit something. I accomplished something in my life. It's like a degree. I got degrees. Please put me back in somebody's classroom today and think I'm not going to be lost. I will be lost. If I go back to school today and take the same classes that I took back in the day, I would be lost. Do y'all understand? I would have to learn it again. But I got the degree, so, you know, which I mean, now, but I would have to learn it again. You have another kid, guess what? You got to learn it again. Why? Because that kid is different. You sign a new distributor, guess what? You got to learn them. Because what happened with the last 5 distributors may not work with this one. That don't mean you can't succeed. That don't mean you're not good at this. That means you're growing, you're evolving, you're becoming. And so show yourself some grace. And that whole picture that you think of perfection is not real. But what you can do is fall in love with who you are and what you're able to do. Because the more you love and know yourself, the easier it is to say, hey, I'm struggling and not feel any type of way. And like, why would I feel like I'm okay with the fact that I am working through something? And guess what? I've created my own bubble. So if you make me feel some type of way about it, you got to go. And that's quickly. And I don't care who you are, because it's that important, because I actually take care of people. I'm an entrepreneur, my mind, all of that, it's important. And not that other people's aren't, but this is how I actually function and work my business. And so nobody can invade this. And if they do, my husband, they gotta go. They gotta go. They gotta go.
You know, I take one important thing away that you're a consistent student every day. You're hungry to learn. And when you stay just a consistent student, right now I'm hungry to learn every day. I love to read. I write books. I read books. Anything I can listen to. I don't watch TV, and I don't ride down the road in my truck listening to crazy stuff. I'm trying to learn something, whether it's from John Maxwell or Tony Robbins or all the other people that I subscribe to. Being a consistent student, you'll always be in the learning curve. But once you do that, you become more valuable in the marketplace. And therefore, you become a solutionist, that you can create a solution for a problem very quick, because it puts you in one mindset. Is what she's telling you. It's the critical thinking, because she's never going to quit learning. And it is true. Out of all the, I think our genealogy says with our customer base is 2 million people, somewhere in there. And out of all those, the people that we directly work with, everybody's different. My kids are different. My siblings are different. I have to handle each one differently. So you have to consistently learn what she's telling you. Take on a consistent growth pattern. I don't care what you did from my 20 years up to now, don't count no more. It's what I do today and what I do tomorrow forward. It don't matter how many home runs we've knocked out of the park. That's last year's or whatever. We're after the new home run. And you'll never do it if you quit practicing. You'll never do it if you're not a student. You'll never do it if you don't have some coach that's coaching to the next level. And you'll never do it unless you determine the why was the biggest thing. And I loved how you talked about your kids. My children have been It Works children for 20 years. They don't know, they grew up with a full-time mommy and daddy. And you know what? If your kids don't like the fire Indian, is the one thing I see mommies do. My kids, there's one of two things will happen to your children. You're either going to use them as an excuse why you don't, or you're going to use them as the reason why you do. Now, if you use them as an excuse why you don't, you know what's going to happen? They're going to feel like they held you back, and you'll have subpar children. They won't have any confidence in themselves, because you blamed all that silliness on them just because you're lazy. Let's call it later. Now, we're going to be real with Rachel, and I followed you for a long time. I love the realness. None of you are lazy. That is a social learned behavior. That is a program. And say, like she said, if your mom has not made $1 million yet, why in the hell am I going to listen to her? If your daddy, your brother, your sisters, or your so-called best buddies going to tell you what they're financial experts and they don't have 2 nickels to rub together, I'm sorry, you can't give me no advice. Oh, I'll respect you as a human being, but I'm gonna hurry up and get the hell away from you real quick. I got to be going. And here's how we bring it in, what she told you tonight is she invested her time wisely, because she is an asset to her family. Because if you do all the other stuff and listen, you become a liability, because whoever you hang around the most is what you become. If you hang around a bunch of homeless people and you think, I'm going to help them, sooner or later you can be homeless. You'll take on that behavior. If you're going to be a multimillionaire, right now I have 4 billionaires that I communicate with every day. That's where I'm headed. I'm not saying that to brag. I'm coming after it harder than I ever did. You know why? Because I'm learning some new things. I'm on another level of making things happen. And you know why? It's not, my wife and I, we're pretty set. We don't owe nobody nothing. We own every property we have. We own everything. But we live very modest. And I'm not saying this to brag. I worked very hard the last 20 years. But you know what? I would like to write a check for $100 million for Africa and my cousins that just flew in from Honduras because they don't have any clean water to drink for those children. I would like to go in and set things up to teach that group of people how to become self-sustained and put the resources in place for that. That's not cheap, that's expensive. But if you can help somebody where they can become self-sustaining, that will be a learned behavior that can be taught through that entire country. It all starts with us having a bigger dream. Licking the leather, that's true. I wanted a Suburban so bad when we were very poor that I couldn't stand it. I went over to a place in Greensboro, North Carolina. When the guy wasn't looking, I licked the leather on it. All I had was an old piece of dump truck. And he made fun of me. Oh, you're one of those guys. The very next year when I went back over there, I found the youngest guy had just got hired at the place. And he said, "Oh, you're back." I said, "Oh, you didn't forget me." I said, "I'm ready to buy today." He said, "Well," I said, "I'm not buying it from you because you made fun of my dream." So I found the youngest guy, been there 2 weeks. I said, "Look, I want that Suburban out there. I want the nicest one you got. I want the red one. I want the leather. I want the TVs in the back for my kids. I want it all." He said, "Well, let's get a credit application." I said, "Oh, I don't need a credit application. I got it." And I wrote the check for the first one. And since then, I've had 26 of those vehicles since then. And you know what? It's because I expect it. So what she told you tonight is whatever you're expecting is what you're going to get. If you expect better, you have to engage better people, better activity, and you have to be in a complete, always be in exposing what you have to other people, not selling, telling and sharing your story, but creating an exposure. And you know what? Sooner or later, when you keep showing up, you know what's going to happen? People's going to start to trust you. I got to go see that Rachel girl. And she's got 3 kids, a husband, and man, they live in a pretty good life. And I want to be like Rachel. And then sooner or later, people's going to be like Carissa. They want to have that lifestyle, not that bullshit that I see on social media when I know that you got more wrinkles in your face than that you're living in, you're sitting on a rented car or you're in front of somebody else's estate that you have no idea how you could even get there or pull that off. There's nothing wrong with dreaming, but I can tell you one thing, when you make up your mind to go get it, ain't nothing in this world can stop you except you. So if you hang around people that's going to constantly feed into you and put you in a position to win, people that have means, like these billionaires, Mark Pentecost being one of them, they have the means, they talk to you differently, they say different things, it creates this creativity here that releases that great idea with that imagination, and you just go implement that. And once you become a person of implementation every single day, you're going to do things that other people won't do. Those are the guys that work for minimum wage. You're going to take it to a whole nother level. See, minimum wage, a whole week won't crack the nut for one day at my household with all the things that we got going on. And so when you make up your mind, this is what we're going to do. And here's what I love about direct sales. There is no one man, woman, or one man show. We have to do this together. We have to all win together. And when you make up your mind, I'm part of a team that's going somewhere, but I have to execute my position because I will no longer be a spectator. And when you step in to execute, you heard from 2 of the greatest girls in all of direct sales. Their numbers reflect it, their years in reflects it. They didn't jump from 40, 11 different, oh, it's my new company. Such bullshit. No, you're just a quitter. That's what you're telling me. That's all of them. And so when you make up your mind, I'm gonna stick it. That's kind of like those babies. And I look at it works as like when you ladies, you love making babies. Oh, we're pregnant. You're telling everybody, you're just so excited. You're telling the mamas and sisters, and all of a sudden you start getting a little bigger. See, I'm talking from firsthand experience because I watched 2 babies be born, but now my oldest little girl is having my first granddaughter. And now she's getting bigger and it's hurting, this kick in the back. It's hurting my leg. Hurts, Daddy, I'd like to have some ice cream. You know, they're daddy's girls. They still, and then the grandbaby's the little girl, she's gonna be a daddy's, grandpa's girl. I promise. I'm spoiling her to death. But see, when my wife first, when she was having, we were very poor when Ellen came along. I'm talking about extreme poverty, almost 2 days away from homeless shelter. Not a joke, and no help. So I said, that's not happening. And due to we would go 3 days at a time with no food, Robin had an issue with the baby. And she had a severe issue, and she had to go flat on her back for like eight weeks. And the doctor said, well, y'all could just think about an abortion. You can try again. I said, don't fly. Not in my world. No, oh, hell no. No. So we took care of her at that level on her back for 8 weeks, and she was just pain and everything. He went through all the trimesters and she got big. My wife's a little girl. But I remember at 4:33 in the morning when that little girl was born, all the craziness we went through with the bundle of joy of birthing the baby. Should we forgot about everything? Period. Boom. It didn't matter no more. So you go through all the gestation of building a business, all the negative, the no's and the no sallies, and your parents and your family will be your worst enemies. And they try to, in the name of good, no, they don't want you to walk off and leave them. See, I walked off and left my whole family financially and owning our business. And so when you birth this baby, the lifestyle that God meant for you to live will be so real. You'll be such a person of impact. You'll be able to give more to the community, more to the church. It's not the go-getters or the people that's lying on social media, it's the go-givers. One thing about it, you will never outgive God. We're a very faith-based company. We've always put him first. If that's not for you, we probably ain't your tribe. Now, I'm the raw preacher's son. Seriously. I've seen and heard, and for 50 years, father was a preacher, grandfather. I've seen and heard. Just when you thought you saw it all, you saw something else. But once you birth this baby and you become financially independent, I said independent. Every one of you ladies needs to be independent of your husband, of your boyfriend, of your daddy. My two daughters and my wife does not need Rusty. Period. Not for nothing other than the security and the love that we have as a family, a unit. And that's the way this team is. We're a family, we're a unit, we're making this together. And some people, you outgrow them and they have to go. Yeah, hey, don't let it hurt your feelings at all. And I told some ladies this week, Carissa, it's running their mouth. I said, you know what? Y'all are confused as I've ever seen. They said, what do you mean? I said, y'all think I care? I don't. I don't care about your whining, crying, bitching, and all the stuff you're doing. And so as of right now, they said, well, I said, see, I don't care about that either. I'm going to lose about 1 second of sleep tonight, right when I close my eyes and I go off to dreamland. I ain't going to ever think about this again. Because we gave you solutions to take your problem to the next level and get rid of it. But you choose to stay over with those broke people. So y'all enjoy the food stamps and the homeless shelter. Seriously, that's what you need to do, because that's where you're headed. Why would you self-sabotage something great that's going on? You've got to have a daily plan of action, which is a priority plan of action, and you have to invest your time. If you're not investing your time to get a return on it, I guarantee you have no banking account. As soon as you invest your time wisely, you're going to start to get a return. So here's where it all gets great, Rachel. The interest starts to compound on your time. You compound your success through the success of other people. And when that compound really starts to kick in, you can't outgive compound. Now, also, if you sit on your ass a whole lot and talk about it, the compound goes the other way. You get wider. You sit in a lazy boy recliner designed for the mentality of a 6-year-old, and with your ever-expanding posterior. See, there's another compound that's going the other way. God knows I know about that. But when you want to make your break for freedom, this is what you do. Scale the fence. Get off the plantation. The jail cell has never been locked. It's just shut. You can kick that door open and walk out at any time you want to. And ain't nothing can hold you back from becoming the first millionaire in your family. I was the first multimillionaire in our family with direct network marketing. But here's what else is going to happen. I'm not bragging. I work hard every day. You know why? Because this is my passion. I want to help people make you break for freedom. We live in the greatest nation on earth, but I will become the first billionaire in my family. I'm right on the road to it now. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm working hard in a lot of different areas. The only network marketing company I do is Networks Global. There ain't 8 or 10 companies for me. I invest very well. But Mark Pentecost is the man. And if you're going to be around tomorrow night at 9 o'clock, we're going to bring Mark Pentecost on. And we've had great conversations, and we're going to take this company. We've fixed the pivot. We're going to pivot again. And we're going to take it back to old school. And we'll give you some old school skills that laid the foundation. That's why we all still here. I promise you. And if you'll see, when I started, it wasn't no social media. We had fax machines, inferior websites, and telephones, and just barely got cell phones going. Finally got some of them old cell phones that look like a generator sitting in my truck. But tomorrow night we're gonna take it to the next level of real, and he's gonna throw out some information tomorrow night that everybody else in the company wished they knew. We're gonna know it first. Rachel, you're more than welcome to be here tomorrow night. So Carissa, you and Rachel finish it up, and let's get ready for a monster week, and we're gonna blow the lid off this deal this month. It's gonna get crazy here after tomorrow night at 9.
Oh, I'm just speechless. Today has been awesome. Okay. I'm just like, I got so many notes. My head is just taking in too much at one time. Rachel, we appreciate you. Anything you want to leave us with?
No, that was good. That was good. I enjoyed listening to Rusty. That was so good. No, I can close you out in prayer.
Rachel,
Oh, yes, definitely.
anything you need from us, you do not hesitate. Message me. I'll send you my private phone number.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am. If you want to close in prayer, I appreciate that.
Yes, I definitely would love to. Dear gracious Heavenly Father, God, we just love you. We honor you today. We thank you for this space and this time, for the space that both Rusty and Carissa have created. God, we even thank you for the words that can be shared on this evening. God, we just thank you for opening up our hearts and minds for how you want to change, transform, and renew us. You desire so much for us. You desire for us to be the head and not the tail. You desire for us to prosper. You have good plans for us. And so, God, today, as we go throughout the next week, the next day, the next month, the next year, God, protect our hearts and our minds. Let no weapon that the enemy forms prosper. God, Satan, the Lord rebuke you. You are a defeated foe. You cannot have hearts. You cannot have minds. The discouragement, the doubt, we rebuke it all, God, and we walk forward in all of your promises being yes and amen, because they are. And so we walk forward in that, knowing that this business here can and will change our life if we allow it. You brought us this business. And so you desire for us to prosper here. And so God, give us the courage to open up our hearts and minds and be who we're supposed to be honest, send the messages, walk forward boldly, bravery, towards the marks that you've called for us. God, there is just so much fruit here. And so, God, let us be fruit eaters, people who desire to actually eat the fruit, not look at the fruit, not talk about the fruit, but plant the seeds to grow the trees so we can eat the fruit. And so, God, we thank you in advance for the wins, the bonuses, the promotions, just the next level that you desire to take each person individually on here. We'll no longer make excuses about what's not working, but we'll celebrate in gratitude for what is working as we get better and better at doing the things. And so, God, we just worship you and we praise you and we adore you and we thank you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you guys for having me.
Well, it's a
Thank you,
pleasure.
guys.
Hey, guys, just want y'all to know one thing. I unconditionally love every one of you, and you ain't seen nothing compared to what you fixed to see. We're on the 4th biggest run the company's ever had. I promise you will understand tomorrow night that all that stuff I've been telling you is gonna come true real quick. All right, good night, everyone.
Good night.